Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Stock Market Show. This is your host, Shades. APLD stock coming on down. I think I called this, was it yesterday? I think over the weekend I said, hey, APLD here, looking like it wants to sell if on Friday we close with a big wick and we go sideways, which we did. And that would be followed by a big red candle. Because we know that when this sells off, what's going to happen is we're going to get these big red candles where it just goes down for the entire day. So that's what I'd be watching for today. We should get a big red candle and maybe buyers step up at around $12.50 to $13 is where buyers have to show up. If buyers don't show up around there, then we should start. We're gonna start just dropping. Remember, I showed you this last time. It can drop like $2, $3. So here it dropped from 10 to a low of 8.50. So $2.50 drop right here. Here it dropped 8 to 6. So it can drop like 2 to 2.5 bucks. Here it dropped from 11 to a low of 9.46. So like when this thing drops, ooh. So buyers have to show up right now, which they are. You can see buyers tried to show up at 13. Sellers still pushing it down on the smaller time frame. Buyers are showing up at 13.30. Versus 13.70. Let's see if it holds. If it doesn't, like buyers really have to show up here and maybe form a bull flag, so that maybe can get some continuation to the upside. But if that doesn't happen, it's just gonna come down nice and cheap. So yeah, like I said, wait, what? Whoa. Applied Digital downgraded to neutral from buy. They downgraded it? Well, screw these guys. They're probably shorting it because there's definitely people who are going to short it. I wonder if we can get a squeeze. Huh. All right. Anyways, let me look at the ratings, but that's the first downgrade, I believe. Because there's a lot of forecasts between $12 and $18. Yeah, right. More like 25 bucks. They're usually conservative with their price targets. Yeah, you can see buyers showing up right now on the 3-minute time frame at 13.30. So it has to hold 13. If it can hold 13, should look good for continuation. But again, we expected this, right? People are going to take profit. People don't want to hold, especially with all the data that's coming out this week. So I don't blame them. I don't blame people for taking profit. I mean, if you took profit and made 50 to 100%, I mean, obviously other people are going to do the same. They're not going to sit around and wait to see if it comes, they're not going to stand around and, oh, is it going to drop? No, they're just going to run with it. People are going to rush for the exit, so to speak. Do I recommend buying here? Not really. You should have bought when we were talking about it down there down here at the purple line. Before this run here, I said it's a buy. I gave it a buy. Literally made a whole video before the run. It's a buy. NVIDIA making that investment turned me bullish. It always has. It always will. If NVIDIA invests in your hot dog company, I'm turning bullish on your hot dog company, because everyone's going to be like, what hot dog company is working with NVIDIA now? Wow, let me go check them out. And then boom, surge in revenues. So yeah, suddenly they get more business. So it's anytime from now on, anytime you see an announcement that so-and-so company is now has NVIDIA has invested in so-and-so company, keep an eye on that one because it might run in the future. From now on, anytime you see NVIDIA has a stake, has made an investment in this AI stock or robotic stock, it has always run. CRWV, SoundHound, Serve, APLD. That pattern is one we can abuse and take advantage of to make a lot of money. So keep an eye on that in the future. If anything, just put like a little, I don't know what news feed you guys use. I just look at the charts, obviously, and I have the news section right here anyways, but I usually just go to NVIDIA. Wow, I typed it all wrong. Cool, Shades. Typed it all wrong. So I go to NVIDIA and then I just go to news and see like, oh, let's see, have they invested in anything else? No? Okay. then I guess that's the end of that, right? Like there's nothing else to talk about at that point. So keep an eye on Nvidia and see who they're putting their money into, because that stock that they put their money into usually runs 50 to 100%. So that's just a little, that's like a weird strategy. I know it's a very strange strategy. It's a strategy that relies on keeping an eye on Nvidia to see what stock it's investing in, and then you put your money into it too. Essentially, you're just, what's funny? You're essentially just following Nvidia's investments. Like, let's see what Nvidia's invested in. Let's throw money into that because it works clearly. So bullish on APLD. We're gonna need the AI infrastructure. We're gonna need the uranium. We're gonna need a lot of energy. I believe I saw over the weekend that a lot of people are using ChatGPT over Google, which is why Google is struggling right now in terms of price action. ChatGPT, more users than Google. I think that's what I'm looking for here. Well, the point is people are using these AI assistants, whatever you want to call them, more than Google, which I have been using as well. Like I've been using ChatGPT more than Google at this point. So obviously, if you're on the older side, you might not use ChatGPT. Like my parents are Gen X. They don't use, quite frankly, they don't use anything. So, and like I said in another video, when our parents die, or maybe they're already dead. Wow, that just got morbid. When the older generation dies off, even if they don't want to adapt to the new AI solutions, their kids will. The millennials will. The Gen Z will. And so on. I don't know what's after Gen Z. Gen A? Alpha? I don't know. I don't even know how it works at that point. I could Google it, but I don't really care, quite frankly. But the point is, the next of kin and then the next of kin and kin, they will be the ones that adapt these new AI solutions. So it doesn't matter if the older people don't use it right now, they'll die off and everyone's going to be using it in the future. Everyone's going to be using ChatGPT and the many others that are out there. So we're going to need the energy infrastructure for that. And APLD, I give it $100 minimum price target. It's going to take a while. It's not going to just, moonshot there. You got to sit on it maybe for a couple of years. I was looking at my analytics for my YouTube channel, and I noticed some people discover my channel through ChatGPT, because in my analytics it shows me how you found my channel. Like it shows me like, oh, this person found my channel this way. So a lot of people have been finding my channel through ChatGPT, but most people still find me through Google though. But the fact that ChatGPT is starting to get more and more people using it, and more people discovering my channel through ChatGPT, at some point you would expect that to overtake Google. But it feels weird to know that people like search me up on ChatGPT. I don't know what they're asking. Let me go to ChatGPT right now. Let me see, because it's the AI. That's the reason why we need this infrastructure. Let me see right here. Let me pull it up. Yeah, I thought I had cancer at one point, and I did have sinusitis, but I'm doing fine now. Let me see. Yeah, I don't take pills often, but I was like, how much acetaminophen do I have to take? Because I don't want to take too much. I don't like taking drugs, if I'm being honest. I like drinking alcohol, but that's the extent of it. So what am I doing here? I need to create a new one. How do I create a new one? I've used it. You know what's funny is I've used it on my phone. I don't know how to use it on desktop. Okay. Let me just ask it. Is APLD stock a buy? Conversation not found. Okay, let's create a new chat. Maybe that. Yeah, there you go. Is APLD stock a buy because it needs to power AI like you? AI models like me and more advanced enterprise level ones need massive computing power, which means GPUs from NVIDIA, obviously, because we're not going to be buying GPUs from China, which is why I've been telling people buy NVIDIA. Data centers, lots of them, obviously, and power, which means lots of electricity. So companies like APLD build and operate data centers, sometimes specifically tailored to high-performance computing or AI workloads. That can make it an AI pick-and-shovel play. Let's look at the bearish risks, because we already know the bullish. It's a small cap with inconsistent earnings, not yet profitable, and can be manipulated by hype. I don't care about that. That doesn't mean anything to me. That's true. If their biggest clients walk or delay, revenue can tank fast. That's true, because most of their clients are going to be, Microsoft. It's going to be big companies. So if they walk away from a contract, their revenues tank fast. That is so true. I didn't think about that. I don't think it'll be a problem, though. None of those are really bearish, other than the risk of, big customer walks away. Is a speculative AI infrastructure play? So I agree with it. I think it's a buy. It's a buy. I agree with ChatGPT here. It's a buy. Let me just see something else. Who is Shades on YouTube? Or Shades Trades? Shades Trades. Shades and Trades. And is he weird? Let's just ask a weird question. Why not? It's taking a while to load. That's not what I look like. Why did it pull up that picture? Shades is a YouTuber and trading educator focusing on swing trading for stocks. That's correct. Yeah, I do feature quick lessons and indicator breakdowns, runs Patreon, Discord, and Get Rich Slow approach. Yep. And Discipline has about 6.7 subscribers, total 380 members, 47 paying. What he says about a strategy, consistency over hype. Yep. I do not sell trading strategies and custom trading scripts on TradingView. I don't do that. I don't know who does that, but not me. Is he weird? He's not unusual or weird in his persona. Just a focused niche trading. Why did I try to say it French? Niche trading educator. His videos appear typical for the trade genre, presentation board, screen shares, outline-based lessons. No red flags, no provocative antics, strange behavior, conspiracy, just conventional trading content. Yeah, it knows me pretty well. Let me see. He's basically, you know what ChatGPT is basically saying? Yeah, he's pretty average. That's basically what it's saying. Let me ask it, how can I improve my channel or stand out from the crowd? All right, guys, this is it for the video. APLD, it's a buy. The fact that I'm using ChatGPT live should tell you enough, right? I'm doing my research and I'm using ChatGPT for that research, which means I am using a little bit of energy, or I should say APLD, not APLD. ChatGPT is using a little bit of power, a little bit of electricity to answer these questions. Let me put it that way. That's the whole point of this. If you're not using ChatGPT, you're missing out. It can be anything you want it to be. Believe it or not, there's apps on the phone where you can have an AI girlfriend at this point. And the whole point of the app is to get you to fall in love with the AI. I used it just to experiment with it and see what it's about. And boy, oh boy, it's basically like a strip club on your phone. Let me put it that way. I'll end the video on there.